Good morning, everyone. This morning, the use of deadly force task force was activated. Just to remind everyone, what that is when an agency is involved in the use of deadly force, another agency will be investigating that use of deadly force. In this case, this is involved the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office deputy that was involved in it, so St. Petersburg Police Department will be taking the lead on this case. Here with me this morning also is Chief Deputy Danzig. He will answer any questions about the deputies, about their policy and procedure, if you have any questions. So I'm going to go over what happened. Again, this is just preliminary. Things will change, but it's just preliminary investigation. So around this morning, around 1:29 a.m., a deputy initiated a traffic stop at 113th Street North and Park Boulevard in reference to a vehicle running a red light. When the deputy made contact with the suspect, who was later identified as Marina DeFlippio, that is DEFLIPPO, date of birth 8/8/59. During the traffic stop, the suspect was talking to the deputy. She was probably talking to him in Russian, he believes, and she was telling the deputy at the time that the CIA was after her, and the deputy was still talking to her. At some point, she just drives away. When she drove away, then later on during that traffic stop, deputies then used stop sticks to try to stop the vehicle. The vehicle continued westbound onto the beach area, where it was then stopped again by Indian Shores Police Department, where a felony traffic stop was initiated. During that traffic stop, the suspect was waving her gun around. The Indian Shore Police Department used less lethal. They tried to do anything they could to get her out of the vehicle. At some point, she then rammed one of their vehicles and then continues northbound on Gulf Boulevard. In the location behind me, which is located at 2024 Gulf Boulevard, the PCSO then used what's called their MRAP to use a pit maneuver to stop her vehicle again. At that point again, they used less lethal. They were talking to her, trying to get her out of her car. She's still waving the weapon around. She then tries to get away again, ramming several vehicles, and that's when the deputies used their weapons. She was struck several times. She is in critical condition. We have one deputy that's also at the hospital. He received injuries from the accident, and there were 7 deputies that were involved in this shooting. So those deputies' names will be released to you later on, and with that, I'll answer any questions if you have them.
You say she was hit several times by gunfire, right? It was actual gunfire.
She was hit at least 3 times by gunfire, but she hit several vehicles as she was trying to get away again when the gunfire happened.
And the deputy that was injured by the crash from the vehicle where she was hitting the vehicles?
Yes, we believe so.
She's in critical condition. Is she expected to survive? And if so, what type of charges would she face for this?
She is expected to survive. Right now, we have at least 2 aggravated assault charges on her, 1 aggravated battery charge on her, and fleeing and eluding.
Do you know anything about her history as far as prior arrests, prior traffic stops, anything like that?
At this time, when we looked, she has no criminal history, but again, this is an ongoing investigation, so we'll be able to release that information to you later on. Again, these deputies and these officers did everything possible because they started off de-escalating, trying to get her out of her vehicle. She wouldn't get out of her vehicle. She rammed the deputy's vehicle and the police officer's vehicle, and then she went after them with the car.
Once the deputies were pursuing her, was there any high speed happening at that time?
The deputies did not pursue her, so when they made that initial traffic stop and she drove off, they just got on the radio and they were just trying to make a traffic stop. They used the stop sticks, but then when they made the felony traffic stop and then she waved the gun at the Indian Shore Police Department, again, she was going northbound on Gulf Boulevard at about 20 miles an hour, and that's when they gave permission. The supervisor gave the deputy permission to do a pit maneuver. So there was no pursuit.
What is the pit maneuver? Explain that.
So basically, that's when our vehicle can come up and take a vehicle and just spin it out of, so we can just move it, so we can disable the vehicle.
Will you guys be releasing any dash cam or body cam video at any point?
We will be. As soon as we review it, we'll get it out to you as quickly as possible.
And as far as deputies that were involved, any range of how long they've been with the department?
Chief Deputy?
Sure. I'm Chief Deputy David Danzig. It's DANZIG. There were 7 total members. They range from deputy up through a lieutenant. And I believe, just a quick glance at the time, it's probably over 20 years for the most senior, and the most junior is probably right about 2 years. And we'll get you the names and spellings out once we have some time with that.
And you also mentioned Indian Shores Police involved as well. Are there a couple of officers from their department?
Correct. None of the Indian Shores officers discharged their firearms, but they had done the traffic stop after the vehicle came over the Park Boulevard Bridge. Our deputies had stop-sticked it on Park Boulevard, so when it came over the bridge, it was on flats. They did a felony vehicle stop on the vehicle and then had contact with her, and that's where they first noticed that she had a firearm or had a gun. Our deputy, when she initially made the stop on 113th and Park Boulevard, didn't see the firearm at that point. She had just driven away from the stop.
And forgive me, y'all said it, the deputy that was taken to the hospital, injury status, that sort of thing.
So he's I would say minor injuries, and it's a result of the vehicle crash. And I'm not sure where in the sequence of all this. She was ramming our car. She had rammed some Indian Shores cars. Somewhere in that sequence of the car ramming by her, the deputy was injured, not as a result of the gunfire, but as a result of the vehicle ramming.
And when you say that 7 deputies were involved in this, does that mean the shooting and also any vehicles that were rammed?
So no, there was more than 7 deputies here. 7 deputies fired their firearms. So we had 7 total deputies that fired firearms. There was more deputies here than that.
Did the suspect fire any?
That's a good question. We don't know at this point. We haven't gotten that far into it. There is a gun in the vehicle. She did have confirmed that she did have a firearm. We're not sure if she fired yet. We haven't processed up and into the vehicle yet.
Any other questions? All right, we'll update you later on. Thank you.